A Sudanese immigrant told a crying student he had dragged out the club that he loves her. Well, I love you, as he raped her. As the court was told today. Samir Mohammed allegedly forced the young woman to strip before pinning her to his bed and raping her while ignoring her repeatedly plea to stop. The student later told the police that she had just one drink at the nightclub, but soon afterwards she felt really drunk, I quote, and out of it, end quote. As she said, I was pretty drunk. After about 7 out of 10, she said. When we got in the club, because we are all unaware of what was going on. Okay, we're unaware of what's going on. As students, we pre-drink before the club so we can save money. I agree. A lot of students do that. A lot of students drink at home, then they go to the club, but they don't drink too much. And I know a lot, I don't drink myself, but I know they do all these. They pre-drink before getting there. Because at the club, the one bottle could be 200. As a student, you probably don't have that much. So it makes sense that she drank and she got there. The jury were told that this 17-year-old kept the girl strapped. So by the way, the guy who did this to the girl, it was 17 years old. I know, 17-year-old, you're doing this thing. That's insane. That's crazy. And by the way, we just read, there's a lot of things to unpack here. I mean, we just, 2 lines, but there's a lot of things to unpack here. She drank a tiny little drink, and we're going to get to the part where she got the drink. She got the drink from, I believe it was him, but she didn't buy that drink. She was given the drink, I think, by him or somebody in the club. And she drank a little bit, and she was fully drunk. Really drunk, as we just read. Just a little bit. I don't know what kind of drink that is. I don't drink myself. Viewers in the comments, leave your thoughts behind. What sort of drink could this be? Where you can just sip it a little bit and somehow you be so drunk that some guy can drag you out of the club and take you to a place and rape you. And you are so weak and you can't do anything because you only took a little sip. I don't know what kind of drink that is. I'm sure the viewers, you'll be able to comment what you think she was given. Now, let's carry on with the story. She managed to share a location using Snapchat, alerting the friend where she was. After several hours, Mohammed finally let her go, and she ran out the apartment block in the town center. After meeting a friend, they managed to find a passing police car and reported the attack. Okay, let's scroll down. They reported the attack. The court heard Mohammed, whose immigration status is unclear. Oh God, had saved his number in the girl's phone, enabling police to track him quickly. Now age 21. So yeah, this did not happen recently, but it was, the court is hearing it today. The age 21 now. He did this when he was 17. Now he's 21. He's on trial in Bournemouth Crown Court, charged with 2 counts of rape. Juries were told the pair had met at Cameo Nightclub in Bournemouth on the night of the incident, December 5th, 2021. Prosecutor Louise said Mohammed had approached her in the club and appeared determined to take her back to his flat. Wow. Just 17-year-old Mohammed he was. Determined to take her back to her flat. He said he pulled her hand towards the door. She didn't want to go, but she was, in her word, out of it. So in her word, she was out of it because she was so drunk that she couldn't, she didn't know how to, she couldn't control herself. She said she didn't want to go, but because he was like, hey, come. She was out of it, I guess. Before she knew it, and not having a chance to talk to her friend, she was out of the club and walking back to his flat. She was pulled up the stairs, and he told her to get undressed. Wow, she was pulled up some stairs. So she didn't know where she went. That's how drunk she was. After taking one sip, by the way, just a little sip, like some guy will come to you and be like, "Hey, you're looking cute. Hey," the music is bumping. You're like, dun, 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 dun. And everybody's just minding business. Some girl's doing this, and the guy's like, "Hey, you look drunk." Sorry, not drunk. "Hey, you look nice. You're beautiful." And he's like, "Hey, have a sip." And you're like, dun, 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 dun. And everybody is just having a sip and having a sip. Next minute, you're like, whoa, what is going on? What happened? And the guy will be like, "Hey, come this side." And you're just going, "Come this side." And just, cause you're out of it. You're done. You can't stand on your feet. You need to lay on somebody. Cause he gave you something. And you're done. That's why I don't go to club. Never been. Only been one time, couple times, maybe 4 or 5 times. And that's because I was forced to go because of some person, maybe birthday, and I had to bypass. And I remember one time when I went to a club, just a quick story. The reason why I don't go to a club anymore, I think maybe this is an ego thing, because I went to a club. I was trying to go to a club with a friend. We went one club in Manchester. I was on a queue waiting to get in the club, in a queue. I've never been. I'm in a queue. And then some guy came up to me. A group of people recognized me. They jump over the fence. They're like, "Hey, thank you. Oh, Barack." Ah. They took a picture with me. They're like, "Oh, yes. They're taking a picture with me because they jumped the queue, sorry. The security guard came and kicked me out. Said I can't come in anymore because I was with them. I was like, "Wait, did you not see them jump in the fence to come take a picture with me? Now you're kicking me out because you think I'm with them?" So we never really got in that club. Then we went to another one. We were lining up. This guy, the guy who I was with didn't have the right shoes, so we couldn't get in that club. So we went in another club. Hey, we were persistent. I wanted to go to the club for the first time. So I went to that club, to another club. I was in a queue, and the CEO, the manager of that club, was in the building. He came down to personally tell me that I cannot enter the club, and he did not give me a reason. So I was thinking, hey, you are the manager of this club. You own this thing, and you come down. You know, when they don't really sit normal where people sit and club and do. They sit maybe upstairs or somewhere and just maybe in staff room, whatever. He came down to personally tell me that he saw me in the CCTV waiting in a queue. This is the third club, by the way. He came down and be like, "Hey, you can't come in. Your friend can't, but not you." I was thinking, wait, I just went to the first club. I couldn't go in because a fan took a picture of me. I went to the next club. I couldn't go in because a friend had the wrong shoes. And when I'm going to a third club, and you're saying I can't come in, why? He didn't give me a reason. And then he told his security guard to drag me, well, not drag me, but obviously to give me, like, basically to count down before he gets violent, before they drag me out. I was like, okay, cool, whatever, man. And I signed. I don't remember when I signed. I declared to myself, I'll never go to a club ever again unless I'm going to buy it. That's why I've never gone to a club again. Never will unless I have the money to buy it. And I know this club really well. I'm coming for you soon. Give me maybe 15 years. I'll come up with the cash and I'll kick you out personally and tell you can't go in that club. Anyways, that's my ego. That's why I don't go to a club. Maybe that's a story that I'll never forget. It's a tiring night going back and forth. But now let's get back to the story here. Sorry, guys. I kind of lost it here. It makes sense why the stories is always long. Now, so she was pulled some stairs and she was told to get undressed. He took all her clothes off. She was told to get in the bed. She said, I quote, "No, I don't want to." But he ignored this and simply told her to relax. Now let's carry on reading. Now once we carry on reading, I quote, "He was going to get what he wanted regardless. and he grabbed both her wrist and pushed her down. Her effort to resist him were too futile to he simply overpowered her. She was worried about what he was going to do if she did not do what she was told. The victim was evidently drunk at the club, and this is something that the defendant took advantage of. I agree. She was held down, and then she was raped. This story just it gets too explicit, so for the viewers at home, I do not want to read this. I'll leave the link in the description. It just gets too explicit, and I don't know if YouTube will allow this. There's too much detail she gives, too much details. When I was reading this, I was like, there's no way I cannot skip this story. I have to report this. This is terrifying. Because when I go to visit my mom, I usually get a train. I get to the train. I get to Manchester Piccadilly. I get off. I get my Uber, because I try to avoid public transport as much as possible. But hey, the train does well. But the moment I might stop using the train. But I get the train. I get the Uber to avoid the buses and all the crazy zombies in Manchester, because there is a lot of zombies there. Like, trust me, you don't want to blink in Manchester town centre. You do not want to blink. It's dangerous. And when I get the Uber to go home, I see, usually especially if I'm going to stay there, I go there late. Let's say if I want to go to church with, the same church as them, I go there on Saturday night. So I arrive at the train station maybe at 8, 9 o'clock. So I see a lot of young girls, young people going to club, ready to go. And I'm sure this young girl that went to this club in Cameo in Bournemouth was just one young girl who was just bubbly, excited, ready to go to the club and have fun with her friends. And that's why I see all the time when I go to Manchester, I see a lot of young people ready to go to the club and have fun with their friends. But this is the stories that it comes out after the night, after going out, assuming it should be a good night. This is what comes out. So when I was reading the story, I was thinking, man, maybe 20 people might tune in live, maybe 30 people, maybe 100, maybe 1,000, maybe one person. I think this is a story that they need to know. This is a story that the nation needs to know. If you want to support the merch, you can go to thebarakashow.com and you'll be able to support the merch. But this is a story that the nation needs to know. So that's why I wanted to tell you this story. And as I'm looking at the screen here, I'm just quickly reading it. It gets really, really dirty and really disgusting. And too much detail. Like, she's bleeding. All these, yeah. I cannot read that for YouTube, but I'll leave the link in the description for this story so you can go and read it for yourself. Viewer discretion advised, because it is really bad story. Like, what she went through is terrible. So Mohammed is gonna appear in court again. The story didn't tell us when the next court will be. Trial will be. So we'll see. I hope the lady's getting the treatment that she deserves, the care, and also the safety that she also deserved, that she should be granted the first time she was born, first time she went out. But obviously, the country failed her. Yeah, that's the story that came out today, and I wanted to report it to you. That a Sudanese immigrant told a crying student, "I love you," as he was raping her. Of course, I didn't get too much detail at the bottom, because it is really explicit, and for the safety of the channel and for the safety of your mind as well, I avoid doing that, and I'll leave the link in the description again so you can go and read it for yourself. Thank you so much. Attention. This is not just a normal t-shirt.
This is your battle armor in this war against lies and manipulation and deception. And when you wear this t-shirt, you are not just making a statement, you are drawing a line in the sand and you're saying, I will not be silenced, I will not be bought, and I will not be steered. Every thread in this t-shirt screams defiance. Every letter of I found the truth, not propaganda. Or maybe every letter of the nation needs to know is a rally cry out for independent thinkers, disruptors, the people who refuse to bend to the mainstream media narrative. We need your fund, and this is your chance to stand up, to speak out and fund the fight for the truth. Don't just wear it like a regular t-shirt. You have to live it. The nation needs to know you're gonna live it. Yes, please. I need you to fuel the resistance. Be the reason why the truth survive in this country. Please get yours at thebarakashow.com, and thank you so much for keeping us on air. Thank you.
In the shadow of the digital gulag, we fire up the truth cannon and blast through the lies.
And the show host, Baraka Amuri.